Welcome back, everybody, to our wild set review of Hearthstone's newest expansion, Forged in the Barrens. Set review from a wild perspective. We've been going class by class. We're currently now on the Priest class, so I'm going to kick things off. Our first card here is a 0 mana holy spell called Desperate Prayer. It says restore 5 health to each hero. I scored this one a 1. I think that in general, 0 mana cards are good. But in Reno Priest, the list is just way too tight that I don't know what I would cut to add this. I think that this will be really good from a discover a card though. If I'm playing Reno Priest, Machine Gun Priest, and I'm trying to go off hey, discovering 0 mana stuff is awesome, but I don't see myself intentionally putting this in my deck. So that's me. What do you think, Sheep?
Yeah, it's a 1 for me as well. Even if I discover it as Machine Gun Priest and I have the spawn down, that means that I'm healing my opponent for 5 and then machine gunning them for 6.
Oh, yeah, it's to each hero.
Why? Yeah. So
I retract my
one.
I retract my score of 1 and give it a 0.
Yeah, right? If I could give it 0, I totally would. Yeah, it's a 1 for me. What about you, Hydra?
1. How about you, Mike?
This card's so trash. I was actually messaging Blinkfox back in chat. Yeah, this card's a 0. Or it's a 1. The mana cost is 0. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Next up is Devouring Plague. This is a 3 mana shadow spell. Lifesteal, deal 4 damage, randomly split amongst all enemy minions. I gave this one a 1 as well. I think that it's just bad, and I think that Priest has so many better removal spells that I'm not going to run this.
This is a 1 for me. This is a standard card where they have some sort of shadow interaction, and it's not for us. It's a 1. What do you think, Hydra?
I don't think Priest needs this as a heal and have this random arcane missiles thing happening. I don't know what's going on here. It's a 1.
It does pair with a new legendary. That's a legit take. But I still don't think that it's quite good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like I said, we got better stuff to do with Priest and Wild.
Yeah, okay. Next up is Power... Yo, Mike, sorry about that.
I'm going to give Devouring Plague. I got to give it a 2.
Whoa.
Because there is a deck that got posted in our Discord by Nebrolion. Little bit of Lyra double Yogg Priest action. I played it on stream. It actually does very well, and I can't wait to put this card in here. So I'm giving this card a 2.
Makes sense. I like that. Okay.
Love the hot take.
All right. Next up is Power Word Fortitude. This is an 8 mana holy spell. Give a minion +3/+5. Costs 1 less for each spell in your hand. So, I mean, this is interesting. There's definitely some potential. The mana reduction is kind of cool. But I think that there's better buff spells, and the priest decks that typically are seeing play right now are not using a lot of the buff spells anyways. I don't know. For me, this is a 1. I would be really... yeah, that's some good stuff you got there. I'd be interested to see if someone else plays. You could put this in Spiteful Summoner maybe, but I don't see it. This is a 1 for me. Sheep, what do you think?
I love that you said Spiteful Summoner, because that means that I may actually play this at some point, but yeah, it's not high on the priority list. This is a 1 for me. What do you think, Hydra?
1. Not good enough.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, 1.
All right, easy peasy. All right, next up is Soothsayer's Caravan. This is a 2 mana 1/3. At the start of your turn, copy a spell from your opponent's deck to your hand. Dude, yeah, this is just bad. I don't know what else to say. It's too bad. It's too slow. I don't want my opponent's spells. I want my spells. Just all around bad. 1.
Okay, so hear me out. 1.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's the start of your turn. It's 2 mana. Maybe in Milkshake, I'd play it for 1 mana, just for funsies. It's a 1.
All right, I'll give it a 2 because of that double Yogg Lyra deck. So it's definitely a meme card. Yeah, with these classes that are meta, like top of the cream of the crop, like it's either like it's clear cut. So like obviously it's a meme card. I'm just wishing, I hope the effect comes off, but yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This card's
I love that too is the hot take. Oh my gosh, you rated this so high. Rating.
I've so far to fall. Oh my god.
Oh, man. Okay, next up is Voidflare. This is a 4-mana 3/4 battle cry. For each spell in your hand, deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion. Look, this is a neat effect. It doesn't go face. It does. I don't think that this really goes in any wild deck at all. I give it a 1. Sheep.
We got Flame Waker that only deal to minions and cost 4 and 1. What do you think, Hydra?
I don't know what to think. I don't. I'm not gonna play it. So I guess 1. Sorry, Voidflare.
Oh man, yo, like this compared to Flame Wakers, like take that girl on a date, and then that one guy doesn't pay this card, and Flame Waker does pay. This is trash. This is a 1.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god, this is garbage.
All
Why doesn't it go face?
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
Even
and
if
it only happens once, and it's only for as many spells as are in your like.
And it's random.
So what gets me about Priest, and this is just kind of like Priest in this expansion as a whole, we got a lot of minions that do things for spells in your hand. Think about that for a second. We got a lot of minions that do things for spells in your hand.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, there's
So you have to have both.
There's that card from the last set that would like reduce the cost of spells in your hand, and so there's standard synergy here, but like
yeah, even with that, like I would rather play other things even as priest and standard. Like,
I mean, there's definitely that like unicorn priest or like thief priest where you're generating a bunch of random crap, right? Or Galakron priest even, and so you know. And that's like classic Hearthstone RNG random stuff. Is it good?
Yeah.
Like, dude, even if this card went face, it'd still be a 1. That's how bad it is. That's my opinion, but all right, I'm just going to move on then. The next one up is Light Shower Elemental. Golden Shower Elemental. I'm sorry, somebody had to say it.
I'm glad it was you.
This is a 6-mana 6/6 elemental with taunt. Death Rattle, restore 8 health to all friendly characters. So this is all your minions. This is your face. Like I don't know. I actually rated this one a 4, and I'll tell you, I think that this slots pretty easily. I know it's bad. Look at that face. Oh my god. I think that this goes into Big Priest, and I'll tell you why. Like, I hit Legend with Big Priest this month. The reason that I could see it going there, remember when we used to put hello fellow humans, what is it, faceless corruptor? What's it called? Faceless.
I'm drawing a blank. Yeah.
Convincing evil infiltrator.
Convincing infiltrator.
Yeah.
So remember when we used to put that in Big Priest?
And it wasn't good.
In standard, I think. Did we try it in wild?
Here's the thing. I see the meta shifting to, especially with all the unnerfs, to very, very like aggressive decks. This has got taunt. It restores health to your hero and to all your other characters. And so if I'm continually reviving a taunt minion that's going to restore a lot, like it seems powerful to me. And where the reason I like this is because like when I would lose in Big Priest is when I wasn't able to play Shadow Essence on 6, and then I've got all these minions in my hand that all cost like 9. And so I like that if I totally whiff, I can play this on 6 and then not die. And so, cause I like, there's games that I would have won if I would have drawn a Shadow Essence, and I'm stuck with bad minions. And so I think that this is like, I don't know, this seems actually pretty good to me. So I'm giving it a 4. Sheep, what do you think?
Your fervor for this card has convinced me that it is not, in fact, a 1. It's a 2. I'd rather play what's it called, the obsidian statue in Big Priest. Like, I don't know. Like, I also hit big legend with Big Priest actually the past 2 months because I was working on my 1K priest portrait, which I just got. Let's go.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna play it in any of my priests, but like I take what y'all are saying is, accurate. It's a strong effect. It's got taunt. I don't think I'll ever play it though. So 2. What do you think, Hydra?
I'm going to go right in between both of you, and I'm going to say it's a 3 because I actually was more on Sheep's side with this being like a bad card, possibly only played in Standard. But Nate brings out a good point about it healing not just your face and it being cheap. So maybe it's not all that bad, and people do run Ziliax sometimes. I seen lists with Ziliax in it in Big Priest. That's an annoying card.
I mean, Quest Rogue's coming back, so
yeah, that's a thing too. I'm gonna say this is a 3 because it's cheaper than Obsidian Statue if you whiff, and Obsidian Statue is I'd give like a 4, so I'm gonna give this a 3 as a subpar Obsidian Statue, but cheaper.
All right.
That makes sense.
Okay. Next up.
Me, I gotta give.
Oh God, I'm so sorry, Mike. I'm so used to going in a different order. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Carry on.
I know. No, it's okay. No, it's all good. Me, this has 2 applications. The first one is the scenario that Nate had highlighted. When you need something on turn 6 and you don't draw a Shadow Essence when you're playing Big Priest, with the meta having the great unnerving, I have come across a great number of aggro decks. So I see this being a role in a deck like that, where number 2 is this could be a deck for the 9x down players, maybe some 10x players who are bored, be people who are budgeting this minion resummoning. This minion giving you 8 health when it dies. Also having taunt slows down the aggression, and you could build this towards what's the card? I'm sorry, I'm spacing. The Old God, Nazoth. You could resummon it off the Death Rattle. And I guess if you want to be creative, you could try with the new one as the elemental, but I don't want to get too far into that. So I'll give it a 3.
Cool. Alrighty. Next up is Condemn. This is one of the rank spells. So at 2 mana, it says deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. When we upgrade it, when you've got 5 mana, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. At rank 1 is deal 1 damage to all enemy minions. When you've got 5 mana, it becomes deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. When you've got 10 mana, it becomes deal 3 damage to all enemy minions. This is a holy spell. This is like hot trash. Like, this is so bad that I don't even, like, there's so much better AoE than this. That I don't know. And like in an epic, like, unless I'm just missing something, I don't know. But like, this is a 1 for me. Easy. Sheep, what do you think?
I mean, I don't think it's like terrible. It's 2 mana, 2 AoE by and large, but like, are you gonna play it over what? Spirit Lash? No. Are you gonna play it over what's the one called that's 1 mana that makes everything only have 1 attack?
Wave of Apathy.
Thank you. No. Like, I want to give it a 2, but like, yeah, you're right. It's a 1 for me as well. What do you think, Hydra?
1. I'm not using it. Sorry.
1.
Mike. Yeah.
1. Not even. It's garbage.
Yeah. All right.
It looks pretty. I bet the golden looks pretty.
Oh, especially the rank 3 golden. Like, oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna look cool.
Oh,
We're talking about the art, so that's definitely a
it'll
1.
look cool. I mean,
I'll never see it though.
Right? You'll never see it though.
oh, that's a shame.
Oh, we're all gonna open this in gold now, just from karma.
Probably.
Never see it.
All right. The next one up is Priest of Onshi. It's a 5-mana 5/5 taunt battle cry. If you've restored health this turn, gain +3/+3. And so in my mind, this is essentially a 7-mana 8/8. There are ways to heal in Priest. Like if you've got Renew or you got some other spells, like okay, but I don't see myself ever intentionally putting this in my deck. Like, hey, if I get this off Galakron, rock and roll, dude. But any other way to put this in my deck, like no way. So this is a 1 for me.
Yeah, if I get this off of Galakron, then I'm probably not going to be able to heal myself, and it'll still be a 5-mana 5/5 taunt, which, all right. But yeah, 1.
Oh, yeah. It changes your hero power. Shows you how much Galakron Priest I play.
Wow. Well, yeah, you just solidified the 1 for me. Cheap.
Yeah, I think we all can agree this is a 1. I don't even want to think of applications. It's just boring.
Sweet. See, this is fast. All right. We get to the priest legendaries here. So first up is Serena Bloodfeather. I like the idea. So this is one again where we see the devs start think outside the box. It says 2-mana 1/1 battle cry. Choose an enemy minion, steal attack and health from it until this card has more. I had to wrap my brain around this one, and then I had to see Regis Kilbin play it in order to understand how it worked. Because when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool. It's like Selena or whatever." But it kind of is, it's not going to kill that enemy minion, and it's not even that great to me. It's a cool effect. I like where they're going with it, but the card itself, in my mind, kind of sucks. So there's just way better removal. I think what's going to happen is people will open this. People are going to play it to try it out. They're going to misplay with it and go, oops, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. And then they will stop playing it. So this is a 1 for me. Cheap.
Yeah. This is cheap. It's a way to keep your hero from taking quite as much damage. A really cool way of doing it is with your fingers. So until one hand is bigger than the other. So so say it's a 3 attack minion, becomes a 2/2. It's the same. So it becomes cool. It's cheap. You can weave this in really easily in Raza Priest. You can do a whole bunch of stuff like that. I actually really like this card, which is why I rated it a 2. Because I think that you may end up weaving it into that kind of Raza Priest to either keep from getting as much damage and or weave in with other Raza Ping. So maybe
Interesting,
but probably not. So 2 for me. What do you think, Hydra?
Do you know what also costs 2 mana? Shadow or Death. Which is just going to kill the thing. So instead of just evening out your balloons, I'm just going to kill the thing with Shadow or Death. I give this a 1.
I like Shadow Word Death. Yeah, I think this card is really trash. I think if it said, choose an enemy minion, steal it, I'd be down. So I give this a 1.
Sorry, my cat has latched onto my hand with all the claws to the teeth. And if I move the hand, I'm gonna lose out. Oh my god, that hurt. Okay.
Move the hand, lose the hand.
Okay. All right. Next up is the final priest legendary, Zyrella, if I'm pronouncing that right. This is a 4-mana 4/4 battle cry. If you've restored health this turn, deal that much damage to all enemy minions. I actually really like this. I give it a 4. I think, and I'll tell you why. I think that this slots pretty easily into Reno Priest. If nothing else, and maybe not, but if nothing else, you can kill 2 mana. You can do some mini AoE, but there's so many easy ways to gain health, like this with Spirit Lash, or This with like Renew or like any of these pre-spells. I think just as like the total meme dream is that you drop this with Reno Jackson, right? I know everyone was thinking about that. Now, the way that Reno Jackson works is it's not going to be a power bomb for 30. It's going to be your current life total, you know, from whatever you currently are at up to 30. And so it's going to be a, 25 or 20 or 15 or whatever, but it still has board clear potential. Now, that's kind of like the dream, but I like it. I think it's kind of cool. So I'm not sure. I don't think that it's going to be like some insane broken thing, but I do actually like this card quite a bit. Sheep, what do you think?
So we're going to see a ton of Zarella because she is one of the Battle Pass skins. So we're going to see a ton of Zarella as our opponent themselves. But we're not going to see the card itself. I think it's too slow. Like, I see I see what's happening with the card, and like it's a decently strong effect, but I think there are just way more efficient ways of achieving that kind of AoE and or kind of destruction. So I'm gonna go with 1 for wild. I hope I'm wrong, but that's a 1 for me. What do you think, Hydra?
Yeah, I think that kind of what you said. If I'm going to do an AoE, I'm thinking I'm just going to do the AoE, right? So this becomes like it's like a combo to get your AoE off instead of just running the AoE itself. I mean, it can work out every once in a while that you got to heal and you got to damage the enemy board, but that just seems like you're now relying on 2 cards instead of just playing the 1. So I'm going to give this a 2.
So for me, I'm going to give this card a 3. I'm going to go a little deeper in the trenches here. So the applications, when I first saw this card, that still come to mind for me. Even though I don't like the deck I'm going to speak on, it still pops up. Decks like Aggro Druid. So there have been many situations that I've been in where, and the card that this combines with the best to me is Spirit Lash.
Mm-hmm.
Many situations where playing Spirit Lash, I could manipulate the board a little bit, put a minion down, maybe a Thalnos or something, Artificer, double the healing, and it's just where they play that +1 health, where their board is at that range I can't hit. And I feel like this card hits that once I play it after a Spirit Lash. It's just the scenario I think of when I see this card.
Yeah, to kind of further your point, Mike, it just says if you've restored health this turn. It doesn't say to your hero. So if you restored that to minions, like a Circle of Healing, could restore a ton of health to the whole board and then destroy your entire opponent's board. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's epic.
Cool.
That'd be a great feeling. I want to see that. And I want to do that.
Yeah, right?
It's like heal everything, and they emote, and then it's like, ha, gotcha. Boom.
Got him.
Yeah. All right, well, you guys, that's it for Priest. So we can move on to Rogue here.